Detroit Lions pick. Number 4 in the second round. They got Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. Okay, so you got the aerial attack. Plug in a ready-to-go running back to take some of that pressure off.
Could he beat out Reggie Bush for the starting job?
Yeah, I think he could. I don't know if they would do it that way.
I don't think he would beat him out. I think it would be more of a 1-2, not necessarily 1-2,
Right.
like a. It would be
Dual
committee
back?
more. Yeah.
Right, committee.
Running back?
Yeah.
Now that for me is something I can get behind, running back for a committee. But I hate quarterback for a committee.
Of course you would. You're a Saints fan.
Oh, shut up.
That's true.
But here's the thing. You could also have, again, how many years did they sign Reggie Bush for?
3 to 4, I believe.
Because, you know, they signed him because, of course, they needed a running back.
Yeah.
Now, Reggie, take away the last year and a half at Miami, hasn't done well over the last, 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, whether, some of it was injury, some of it was just, touch and go.
Agreed. I missed him but honestly, I was kind of glad when he left.
The reason I thought about this, too, is that you got Barry Sanders out there announcing their first pick. You know, it's Barry's on the cover. What better way to honor him than to get a really good quality running back?
That would be fun.
But anyway, I mean, he could just as easily go to the any number of these teams. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals. I'd hate to see it, but he could go there. Who knows?
Honestly, I'm not saying top 10. I'm not saying one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think Carson Palmer is serviceable for that offense.
I like Carson Palmer. I have always been behind him. I think he gets a bad rap.
I like him. I think I was hoping he would do better at the Raiders.
I did,
but I think it's honestly between the Bengals and the Raiders. I think he's had 2 bad teams. I think going to Arizona now.
Well, he had some bad.
We'll see.
He had a lot of bad personality conflicts when he was at Cincinnati.
Yeah. I
mean, Chad Johnson was on, kind of touch and go.
Chad Johnson.
He had what's his name? What's the one that was in trouble? T.J. Houshmandzadeh. They ended up trading him.
It's like, why?
And then the third receiver was in and out of jail 4 times in 2 years.
Oh, good Lord.
I forgot his name. So, you put him in a situation.
I think that team was just basically self-destructing because wasn't Pac-Man Jones part of the team over there?
Was he? And then who was the running back?
Benson. Cedric Benson can never stay healthy.
That's Miami University in Cincinnati.
It's the U.
Convict U.
It didn't get any better for him going to Oakland. Oakland, it's just a terrible organization. It's just so bad.
Man, Al
Stop
Davis
embarrassing us, Oakland.
Al Davis has ruined that team, man.
Yeah.
They really have.
Well, outside of that, we're going to go into the next big topic in the world, and it's the NBA playoffs. Dan?
Yo.
How you feel about your Lakers?
Well, they're not my Lakers. Now, what I did. No. I mean, let's get it right though.
A championship.
Okay, did I ever say they were in a championship? No.
A championship.
Devin's over there. He knows what I said. I said they could take 1 or 2 games, and they had a chance to beat the Spurs if the Spurs are going in there limping. But here's the thing: the tables have turned. The Spurs are actually looking a little bit more healthy right now, and the Lakers are looking more like the LA Acres.
Yeah, you texted me that.
Yeah.
I was like,
because everybody's hurt. Steve Nash, they already said he's taking an epidural to play tonight's game.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I know you're going to take offense to it. I love Steve Nash. You know I do. He's not the Steve Nash of old. He's not
he is the Steve Nash of old.
Of old.
I mean,
right.
That's just what it is, yeah.
He is he's not but here's the thing.
He's not as Steve Nash as much as he used to be. Yeah. Now he's like 70% the original Steve Nash.
Well, here's part of the problem. Okay, fractured leg to start the season.
Point.
Bad hamstring for like a month and a half toward the end of the season. Okay, then he basically worked hard to get back early to play in the playoffs, to give him a chance. And in doing so, he's done something to his lower back.
Ew.
Okay, so again, he's a workout fiend. So I think part of it is just like him, just a lot of bad luck with that team. You know, I mean, again, was it Meeks? Meeks is out, I think, with a hamstring also. Or no, Steve Blake went out the other night, holding his hamstring. I think he tore it.
Oh, come on
not pulled,
now.
but thinking he tore his hamstring. Okay, so, and then the 2 players that were injured for most of the season are the ones that are still standing. Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard.
It's like, guys.
So okay, Dwight.
Let's get weird.
Let's see Dwight put up 44 and 22 rebounds now.
Yeah. This is.
So again, and now what you have is a bunch of backups.
Yeah.
In there with those two guys. That's it.
So I still got Spurs in about 5. I still believe.
I think the Lakers can pull one.
I want to believe the Lakers can. I want to believe at home, at least at home, win a game.
You know what?
Good on Lakers.
You know what?
Win a game.
Here's a vision. Here's a vision I just had. It was kind of like a Michael Jordan moment.
Oh Lord.
No. I mean, bear with me. It's like tonight, right?
Yeah. Tonight at 9:30.
Tonight's game.
Central.
I can see the Lakers pulling one out, final minutes, maybe by a 3-point win, and them basically having to hold Steve up as he leaves the court, Steve Nash. Because, if he's taking an epidural to play, that's dedication. Yeah. He wants to help the best he can.
Like, Steve Nash, you are a bad, bad man.
And I love him, man. And again, yeah, he's done great. I just hate that this
he
just
went around like,
falling apart.
I'm good, whatever.
So
yeah, I broke my leg at 5.
I want to see what happens next. Actually, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next season, though.
That's going to be interesting.
How
about this? Anybody else believe that Denver Golden State is still going 7?
I thought it would. Is it 2-0 or
it's 1-1? It's 1-1.
I still think
it's 1-1. Home court advantage going to Denver now.
That's right.
Golden State ends tonight. At also 9:30 tonight on ESPN.
I said it would go 7 here last week, so I'll stick with it.
I'm gonna stick with 7, but my thing is, guess who's hobbling?
Curry.
Yes.
Yep.
That's not good.
But it didn't I also say to watch out for Denver?
I actually had Denver winning.
And here's another thing. Guess what other team I said watch out for? West.
West. Oh shoot.
Technically they're not in the West, but they're actually on the east side of the Mississippi. Memphis. Right? They slowed the Clippers down last night. They made them play half court offense.
94-82.
They played defense on them, and what happened? They won.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling you, if you can slow them down and you can take away that fast break mentality, you can beat the Clippers. And you know what? It frustrated Blake Griffin to no end. He
16 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 2 blocks.
Technically, last night I think he got away with
Zach Randolph on the other hand.
I think he got away with a technical last night.
I think he did
because he hit Randolph in the back of the head. Yeah, and they called it a double foul.
If anybody's ever seen NCIS, anybody ever seen NCIS, that's give slap. Right. Like that's a love tap, man.
Yeah.
But I will make no excuse.
Chris Paul didn't look right last night.
I'm still gonna run with the Clippers in 7, but honestly, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if the Grizzlies did steal both home.
It can go either way. I mean, I said that too. I mean, it can go either way. But
it would not surprise me that after tonight. It would not surprise me that if after tonight, it's a 2-2 series.
My thing is, I think with the way the Grizzlies are built versus the way the Clippers are, that the Grizzlies, if they made it past the first round, they would stand a better chance in the second round than the Clippers would.
Agreed.
Because their style of play, the Clippers, doesn't translate well deeper you go into the playoffs.
Agreed. Looking at Blake Griffin, I mean, good Lord, 5 for 12 from the field, played 33 minutes, 0. Didn't take any threes. Free throws, only missed 1, so we'll give him that.
I mean, he didn't play
he had no offense. He didn't play. Here's my thing where he did play horribly. No offensive rebounds. 2 defensive rebounds.
Right. And
you're Blake Griffin.
You need him to assist with that.
And 2 blocks, 2 turnovers.
But see, that's the thing. When you make them
DeAndre had 2,
and you got big men that can play, like Gasol and Randolph, they're going to dominate the boards. That's what I'm saying. You got to slow down the Clippers.
And here's the thing. Gasol only had 8. He only had 8 boards, but
Randolph,
all of them.
Look at Randolph, though. Randolph had 11, right?
Yeah, because Randolph was doing all the work last night.
And who's that right there with 6?
That is Mike Conley.
No, down at the bottom.
Where?
No, below that.
Coming off the bench, that's Arthur.
Yeah, so look at all the guys you got coming in with
Tony
6
Allen,
or more.
Tony Allen had 9. How do you let Tony Allen get 9 rebounds?
That's because they take Chris Paul out of the equation.
Good Lord. And Conley had 10 assists. to go with
again
6 points.
That's their type of. That's
3 steals, 2 blocks.
They can run.
They
Oh,
can
yeah.
run,
against,
but they do better.
Sometimes you have to go against the grain in terms of your offense to make the other team, slow theirs down and to beat them. It ended about the Bulls last night.
I was surprised by the Bulls. I mean, 2-1 lead now.
And who was it here that was like dissing Boozer and Luol Deng last week?
I still have no faith in them. I still have no faith in them. I still think the Nets win in 7, but I will give credit where credit is due.
They balled last night.
I am a man of respect, so I do give them respect.
They did the exact same thing.
I'm like,
Memphis
what
did.
the heck happened?
They did the exact same thing.
Slow Brooklyn
did.
down.
Slow them down.
They can play half court.
Oh man, we have a caller.
Oh my God.
You are live. Hello? Well, that's just lovely. You can have it delivered to my room. I appreciate it. All right. I ended up hanging up.
There we go.
Must have been a wrong number. They might have been calling Dr. Wang.
Well, of course, you guys are welcome to call in. What's that number again, Dan?
665-6626.
If you hear
excuse me, 66222. 6622. The only thing is, though,
if you Dr. Wayne, apologize and try the other one.
Let's also make this known, too, right now, that we're probably speaking to no one as the season is ending with today's show.
Yes.
So if you call in, you're probably not going to get an answer.
But if you decide to, call in the fall, we'll probably be broadcasting live. We'll be able to take your calls live, and hopefully in the fall this will all be working correctly. But going back
in the meantime, I'll still field the calls as long as somebody wants to actually speak. So
going back to the Bulls, Carlos Boozer, I will give him credit. 16 rebounds, Luol Deng 10, 22 points for Carlos, 21 for Luol. They proved me wrong. I will happily say they proved me wrong. I want a 7-game series out of
Let me tell you
this
something.
because I think
Chicago is tough as far as a road team. Playing in Chicago is tough.
I mean, if we were to rank some of the toughest places to play in the NBA, I would have to believe top 5 for Chicago. Top 3 maybe.
They might be one of the toughest places to play in any sport.
I mean, because those fans are smart.
Yeah.
They've had all these years with Jordan, so they know what to expect, what to look for, and this, that, and the other. They are always into
Can
the
I
game.
make one argument for one place you don't want to play in any sport? Mm-hmm. Philadelphia.
I mean, if you're winning,
yes. It's like if you're the away team, do you really want to go to Philadelphia, even if you're good? Because let's be honest,
no, not as a road team.
As a road team, you don't want to play in Philadelphia.
I thought about like a home.
Team. No, you wherever you play. If you're at home and you're in Philadelphia, they're still gonna boo you.
Yeah.
Imagine what it's like for the road team.
Well, I mean, you remember back in the day,
they threw batteries.
Batteries.
They mugged Santa. How do you mug Santa?
Snowballs were being thrown at all the coaches.
They hit a kid with a snowball once.
That's crazy, man.
Actually, no, it wasn't a snowball. It was
pat yourself on the back, Philly. Pat yourself on the back.
Nice going, Philly.
Brotherly love.
Yeah, I know brotherly love. I know. Right?
Real quick, can we look at did anybody see the level of domination of the Heat over Milwaukee coming?
I didn't watch because I wasn't available to watch it. So
we reading the score of the games. Game 1, 110-87. Game 2, 98-86. So that one was a little closer.
12 points.
Game 3, 104-91.
13 points.
What I've seen that's happening is the first half is pretty close.
Yeah.
Second half starts pretty close, and then the Heat just pull away with it.
It's all about
why. I'm gonna tell you. There's something that the Heat have this year that they didn't even really have last year. Better depth.
Yeah.
I honestly say that because you got Chris Anderson. Coming off the bench.
Honestly,
Birdman is a beast. Man.
Honestly, I think this year's bench is better than last year's, and they won a championship with last year. So one can only imagine.
And you still got
what the heck's going to happen this year.
And you still have the top 4 with LeBron, Wade, Mario, and Bosh.
Yes.
That's still your main 4.
Personally, it's just me, but the deeper you go in the playoffs, why not let Birdman start at least one game?
I was just about to say.
I mean, you have those 4. Let's turn Birdman in. Let's see what happens.
Wouldn't that be something?
Now the question is, they're both forwards, but who would start at center, Bosh or
Bosh? Probably.
I don't know. I put Birdman at center because he was a little more physical than Bosh.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, you're right. I would say because
like
if physical defense.
Looking at the East, if you match up in the conference finals with the Knicks, I would start Birdman to try to. He can't outmuscle.
Martin.
No,
he can beat up Kenyon. He can fight with Kenyon Martin all day.
No, against
that's a battle of the tattoos.
No, against Tayshaun. Not Tayshaun. Tyson Chandler.
Oh, Tyson Chandler.
He's a little more physical than Bosh, so he'll try to push Chandler. I don't know if he'll succeed, but he'll at least force him to alter his shot.
Yeah. He can frustrate him probably, but the thing is though, you got him, and then you have Kenyon Martin now.
Yeah.
So, and Kenyon Martin to me he's just like Chris Anderson. He's just an instant energy off the bench.
Yeah. Looking at we talked about the Knicks and the Boston Celtics. For a guy who picked Boston in 7, I hate myself now.
And who picked the Knicks?
Yeah.
You picked the Knicks. Like, I have, what the heck is going on?
Okay, first of all, J.R. Smith is playing like a man possessed right now. I mean, he is a 6-man.
Playing like men possessed. He's playing like if we had to eliminate half the team, JR could probably take up for all.
I'll tell you something. He has energy the second half of the season that I have not seen from him in like 2 years, and he's got accuracy right now with his shot. And again, he can be streaky.
I just think
as long as you're riding that streak, though, the Knicks are going to win.
I still want to believe that down the road, Melo's going to get this team killed, but obviously not in this series.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this right now, and again, the Celtics as a whole are pretty old. Okay.
Good Lord.
And they're going back to Boston though.
Yeah.
That's a tough place to play too. So, and the Knicks, those are big rivals.
Knicks.
Yeah.
The fans are going to be ready.
Not a lot of people. Not a lot of cities like the Knicks.
I think the coach.
Boston is number 1 on their list.
I think the players will be ready as well.
Yeah.
So I think they'll at least win one of the next 2.
I would like to see it, but honestly, now the way the Celtics are playing, playing old, I was hoping KG would step up.
You don't have Rondo.
But
yeah, I mean
if you had Rondo, then you could probably beat him.
Plus, they're hurt. So.
Well, and they traded away like 2 of their big men.
Yeah.
I don't even understand that.
It's just that they're not a contender this year.
And Atlanta, they were touch and go through most of the year, and they had actually played well, for the whole season overall, but they are outmatched.
Yeah.
Against.
Good Lord, I don't know what's going on there. It's just going to be. I'm not going to say 4, because I think Atlanta can at least.
Well, they're going back to Atlanta now.
They can at least steal 1 home game.
Yeah.
So I would say Pacers in 5, but that's.
It just hasn't been close.
Does anybody predict a sweep other than the Miami Heat?
I
don't even know if I go with
Pacers
right now with Westbrook out.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Whoa, tell me about what happened.
Russell Westbrook tore his meniscus. He's out. He's done.
Done for the season.
So that.
Are you serious?
Throws a wrench into some plans there.
Yep.
That's
West Side.
So Houston actually, Houston's looking more like a 6, 7, or 6 or even 5 seed now instead of 8 seed.
So I did not know that.
Yeah. Just got released today.
That is not good.
No.
We'll have surgery to repair torn meniscus and right here. Uh-oh.
Yep.
I'm not saying. Okay, I'm not saying the.
Wait, who's Westbrook's backup though? Let's go there first.
Okay.
Who's the backup for Westbrook? Because you never see him.
Yeah.
Like there's a backup. Let's see if we're going. Well.
Depth chart.
That's a good question.
Let's see. Point guard Reggie Jackson.
Wow. Let me put it this way: the one thing you're going
to. And then after that,
the one thing
Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
The one thing. Ooh.
I've always been high on Derek Fisher. He's not the Derek Fisher, I have
mixed feelings.
But he can still drop a couple
of threes. I have mixed
threes.
feelings about Derek Fisher because he can get dirty.
Yeah.
He can be a dirty player. But between old Reggie Jackson and Derek Fisher, you know what you're going to get a lot of?
Threes.
Passes.
Yeah.
Well, threes too.
Threes.
But passes.
You're going to see a whole lot more assists than
what I'm saying is they're not going to take up a lot of shots from Durant, and they're going to find
Ibaka.
They're going to find Ibaka down low.
Cephalosha, Martin.
So
these guys are pure shooters.
It was almost like again, it's almost like when Kobe went out. You know how they started sharing the ball a little more as a team.
Yeah.
So I kind of see that happening.
It's interesting.
I see that happening, but I'm not saying they'll win. I'm saying this actually kind of puts them back a little bit.
Oh,
but I think as far as sharing the ball, it'll be better for them.
I'm still gonna say.
Now, Derek Fisher, you might need Derek Fisher to come in though, even at his age, because he's such an aggressive defender.
Yes.
To play against
nobody draws a charge like Derek Fisher. I don't know how he manages to sell that.
Well, and Harden is a beast. You know, I thought it was stupid for them to let him go from.
Nice going, guys.
From OKC.
I honestly think still down the road, I don't know if it'll hurt him. It'll happen in the Western Conference Finals
last year for them.
I don't know if it'll happen in the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. Not having Harden is going to get him killed.
You want Westbrook?
No, Thunder. Not having Harden.
Oh, the Thunder
not having
Harden. Oh,
because
yeah.
honestly, he beat the Spurs in the in the Western Conference Finals.
Look at this, right? If you look at it since last season, they've actually lost two of their main players. Harden, because he's with the Rockets, and they just lost Westbrook. Yeah. So they lost two players.
Now they
Kevin Durant. Now they got to play against Harden.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, good luck. I'm still gonna say, Rockets managed to steal one home game, but
I'm gonna say right now that this actually.
Don't say seven.
What's the
Houston
what's the
will
series
take
right
this
now?
next game.
2-0 Oklahoma City.
Houston takes both home games.
Whoa!
They definitely take the first one.
I think they take.
They probably take the second one.
I think they take both home games.
I think they take the second,
and then they're going to steal one, and it's done. If Houston doesn't take it in 6, then it's definitely going 7, and that might favor Oklahoma. But Houston needs to take advantage of this right now.
Yeah.
Or this is like boom, hey, Westbrook's out.
Of course. My main thing is
blood in the water.
My main thing is, yes, Westbrook's gone. You still have probably, in my opinion, the best offense